Hello and welcome to Beve with Ben, episode 75. Alright, for this week's playlist, the song that is added to the Stroke No Limits playlist is Boost Up, a new song from Fisher and Flowden. So get onto the playlist and have a listen to Boost Up from Fisher. Alright, beer of choice is from Mountain Culture. So over in Katoomba in the Blue Mountains, it's a cloudy IPA called Cloudwater. It's a limited edition. It's on tap at the Prince. So if you like Mountain Culture beers, I'm sure you will like it. It is a sort of a cloudy, sort of fruity IPA, but Cloudwater, limited edition. So get onto it. All right, guys. So we'll go through the usual things, talk about this week and what's coming up for next week on Strava and Training Peaks. We're going to do some athlete interviews on the next episode because we've got a lot to cover off with. Discussing the events from the weekend. I'm going to do a little bit of talk about the Olympics now that it has finished. Got an athlete question coming in about supplements and going to go through the kickoff for the training diary of Coast to Cozzy. All right, so let's look at what the week that was. And if you go all the way back to Monday, I can't even remember the date. I'll have to getting there slowly. Sorry, a lot of runs. And it was the 5th of August. All right, so 5th of August, I actually had the Monday off. So Monday, I went to the gym and did a bit of a workout. Just nothing too strenuous, just more mobility. Because I was going to the gym later that night. But just went for a 10k loop around Newey, just along the foreshore, did a loop of Carrington Park Run in reverse, and then went out to Nobbies and came back through for 10k, 450 pace. My legs starting to feel really good. Obviously didn't have that big of a run on the previous weekend, just fairly easy up and down Barrington. Still had a lot of elevation, but my legs were feeling pretty good. Was probably rolling in the Brooks Ghost 20 version 20, so I haven't updated to the 21s yet because I don't need a new pair. But 450s felt very comfortable, was very consistent, very steady into the strength session. So strength session on the Monday night, some glute and hammy activation, and we supersetted with the abductors and glutes, and then into some glute and hammies, and then quads and calves, and then we did a bit of a tempo set where just changing the tempo and the speed for the eccentric and the concentric mode, so going down slow, coming up fast, and vice versa. Because I was off on Monday, I was able to get to the gym a little bit earlier. I was actually going to jump on the treadmill for an extra sort of 20 minutes, but they were all busy, and so I just got stuck into my session, did 3 sets, was trying to build back, getting a little bit heavier, 85 kilo squats, lunges and deadlifts, and bridges off the box as well. And then I went through some Bulgarian lunges, split squats, step ups, squats, and single leg thrusters as well. Just a heavy load, getting starting to get back a little bit heavy now with the gym. So after the guzzler, I sort of backed it off a little bit. Just starting to get a little bit heavy. I noticed after my race I've lost my bum, so my jeans that I've had to wear the last 2 weekends, I've actually had to put a belt on because my jeans kept sliding down. But I've noticed after wearing my jeans yesterday, I've got my bum back, so my jeans didn't slide down, so I didn't need the belt. So good to know that the gym has been working and I've got my bum back. It only takes me a couple of weeks and then I get my bum. So no more belt and no more falling down jeans. Tick. And that was the Monday night. And Tuesday morning, Lambton. So the Lambton group, Benn's last session before he headed to Europe. It was 800 metre reps, so it was good to see Ben and Matt pushing each other through the session. A lot of the girls did very well with and Jason and I think that was it for the guys. I think it was only, and Pete maybe. Oh no, I think Pete had a sleep in. Can't remember. But anyway, But yeah, everyone was up on a buzz after watching the women's 5K and seeing how well Rose Davies performed, being the fastest performing Australian in a 5K at the Olympics Games, running 14 minutes and 49 seconds. But yeah, so it was 800 meters, 90-second recovery. So the goal was to run 5K pace and still having 90 seconds recovery just for your heart rate to drop back down a little bit and then kick back through. So plenty of recovery. But yeah, everyone did very well. Obviously, a lot of people coming into events this weekend as well. So yeah, really good session, really good to see. Onto the track, obviously we have a few people away, Dylan, Ben and Brooklyn. So, but it was really good session. Had Noah, Craig, Matt, Dylan, and Dylan was there, and Caleb as well. So yeah, 8 again. Some did 8, and I think there was Dylan, myself, Noah, and Caleb did 9 reps. So yeah, just keeping him quite steady. I didn't want to push it too much this week. Still easing back in, but yeah, basically sat on 3:35 to 3:45 pace. Feeling fairly comfortable, just easing back in. But yeah, 800s off 90 seconds. Dylan ran really well. Did tell him to slow down a little bit and back it off a bit, but he was running pretty much 3:30 down to 3:20 fairly consistently and looking pretty strong. Caleb sat behind me for most of it and just pushed the last rep. Noah did really well. Had a bit of cramping issues, which I think just a bit of nutrition related, but he held strong. And Craig's bouncing back after having a bit of a fall on the weekend, held pretty strong too, very consistent with Matt as always. Matt's solid, building into Sydney Marathon. So yeah, that was the Tuesday evening. Wednesday, I was up nice and early because I wanted to get up and watch the men's 1500 final, and wow, that was a shocker. I'll talk about it later, but Jakob missing out, taking it out very fast, just couldn't hold on, and Kerr getting silver with Hocker and with gold, and Nagus getting the bronze. So the US going first and third. But yeah, just went out and then just listened to the podcast and the review talking about the race, 5K, 5:09 pace, just going through, just doing a loop of foreshore. Legs were a little bit heavier just from obviously having been on the track the night before, but just good to shake the legs out. And then went straight into the gym. So yeah, activating the glutes, going into a bit more of a tricep, doing 3 hemi exercises and then 3 quad exercises, and then we did a plyo set plus some extra glutes to finish off as well. So really good session by the guys, all revved up. Andy, Alex, Brett, Alicia and Deb. But because I got up nice and early and had my run, I was at the gym a little bit earlier as well and was able to still get my own session in. Didn't go as heavy because I was a little bit more fatigued, but just did 80 kilos on single leg thrusters, deadlifts, squats, lunges, and then I did some hemi extensions off the box and with the Bosu ball, not the Bosu, the Swiss ball, and did some barbell calf raises as well. So good session, kick off the Wednesday morning. Maitland pure run. So yeah, nice, another huge turnout and a huge group, and the huge man Craig Sandy right front and center, being photoshopped right into the front of things. But yeah, it was the hospital loop. So yeah, we just did nice hospital loop. I think I just ran an extra, I ran an extra 1.5 to 2K extra afterwards, but just 4:45 pace, feeling pretty comfortable. Was running in the Mizuno Wave Riders 26, so the older versions, but yeah, nice 4 minute 44 pace, just up a little bit tempo, but I actually had to slow it down a little bit. I was coming, because I'd sort of out and double backed for a few people. I was running by myself in the last couple of K, and I was running at like 4 minute pace, and I felt pretty comfortable, but obviously knowing that Thursday and Friday I was going to have a longer run, so I backed it off a little bit. And but yeah, legs were feeling pretty comfortable on the Wednesday afternoon for that 8K. And Thursday morning, so the trail session, we had 4 to 5 hilly loops, down through the easement. And then because of how Glenrock has been a little bit with the rain still being about and a little bit muddy and slippery, and plus with everyone doing a few races on the weekend, Jabalani and Dungog and City to Surf. Yeah, so down the easement and then up through Easy Way Out, back up Gun Club Road to the gate. So yeah, guys did very well. Good to see. Good to see everyone moving well. Terry had a nice solid session. So did Jackie, and there's too many names to mention, but yeah, everyone did very well. Not a little bit of an altered route to what we normally do on that set, but just to cut out a little bit of elevation, we just did the same direction. So it was a nice steep downhill, and then even when you hit the Big Dipper and the Easy Way Out, it's still quite a bit of a grinding hill. So I know my legs felt like lead when I was running up them. So I'm sure the guys felt the same. But yeah, still just around 200 meters of elevation. But yeah, good session with the guys. And then into the evening, we did the same. We just did 4 loops, but we did do the rotation. So we went down the easement and then up the Big Dipper, Easy Way Out, and then we did reverse into Easy Way down, as Jason said, which is right, and then up the hill, which was probably easy going up the hill, how clay and a little bit muddy it was. So, but yeah, guys did very well. Brett's first session back in a little while on a Thursday, so nice strong session with him. He obviously had City to Surf this weekend as well, and just wanted to shake his legs out a bit. Mitch was nice and solid, only just behind us, and Jason as well. Jason had a really solid session, so really good to see the progress from Jason as well, and Mitch obviously coming back from a bit of a knee issue previously. So solid session by the guys. The guys did very well, and that was the Thursday evening. I think I was running in my old S-Labs Sense 8s with that have the higher sock. But yeah, that was nice solid session. Friday morning, got up nice and early. Had work on Friday, so I had to be at work early, so I was up and running by 6 o'clock. And yeah, it was an 18K. I just obviously having run Doug on the weekend, I still wanted to do a longer sort of run and get some elevation in, but just took it pretty cruisy and just ran 9K out and 9K back for 18K. It's just about 700 meters of elevation. Just nice to roll the legs out, get the legs moving, and it was quite a nice, pleasant morning. The sunrise was nice, was a little bit chilly in the morning when I started, but I think it was about 6 degrees. But otherwise, nice cruisy run. Just good to shake the legs out. And then, I think that was when Coast to Cozzy was announced as well early in the week. So afternoon Maitland, I just did pretty much when I finished work, just did a 5K loop around Maitland. Just nice and easy, 5-minute pace. Pretty cruisy. I think I was catching up on some the Inside Running podcast, going through the daily Olympic Games updates and stuff like that. So that was pretty cruisy. Legs felt okay, a little bit tired, but not too bad. And then Saturday morning, just up early before heading to work, 8K around Lambton. Just again, 5-minute pace, nice and cruisy. Just listening to another podcast. Wasn't really focused on anything too much. Did get quite hot though. It was quite humid in the morning. I think just with the overcast was quite humid. So, just running around in. I can't even think what I was wearing then. I think I might have been wearing the Mizuno Skies. So yeah, just the Mizuno Sky 7s. Just nice, easy jogging shoe, high cushion. But that was my Saturday. Didn't do anything. Saturday afternoon was busy watching the men's marathon and run Dungog on the Sunday. So run Dungog on Sunday, just did a 2K warm-up, just up the fire trail and then back down, just 12 minutes, nice and cruisy, and then into the 20K race, which was it was about 21, so I think it was about 10.8 per K per lap. So, but my splits were consistent. Basically, came in 40. I think it was 43 minutes and 43 minutes and 43 minutes. I think there was about 20 or 30 seconds difference between the two laps. An hour 39. Oh, sorry, not 40, 49 minutes. So I think it was 49 minutes 18 and then 49 minutes and 32 seconds for the second lap. So pretty even. Went out with the first guys, the first four. So I was sitting in fifth from the start, basically, just following down the single trail. Was a little bit downhill to start with. Felt uncomfortable. Just wanted to get follow a tempo pace, so feel uncomfortable but not quite too comfortable. Just followed through. Saw James and Lewis sort of take off at the start, and they were pulling away at the front, and I was just sort of sitting behind Geordie and Craig, and then saw them just ahead. Then next minute, I didn't know where they went. I couldn't see them. So I just followed along, had no idea where they were until about probably 5Ks, or I think we got to about 6K, and then they popped up behind me. They'd gone the wrong way, and ran an extra 500 metres, I think. So let them go through, and then stuck behind them. They pulled away fairly comfortably and fairly after another K or so. So just still kept at my same pace. I'm pretty comfortable. I did hit my leg probably about 2K in. You sort of come down in a ditch, and you sort of hit a little gully, and then it comes back up again. And I just landed when I went to go up the ledge. My ball of my foot tilted towards my knee, and I felt my knee, just the muscle just on the bottom of the knee, more closer to basically where your torsi flex up to your shin. So I just felt just where the muscle, basically just where it connects to the knee and the shin, sort of tense up. So that didn't give me any trouble, though. I could feel a little bit, but now it is. I can feel like I've sort of slightly maybe strained the muscle a little bit, but otherwise that was good. Kept it pretty cruisy. Nice course. The last 2Ks is basically sort of steadily downhill. But it was really good to see everyone out there on the second lap, getting to see most of the group that were doing the 10Ks. So, good to run with them for a little bit, or run past them and get a bit of a cheer and cheer them on. And we had a really good group. I think there would have been, I'll go through the results later, but there was a lot of us out there. So it was a really fun event, just a nice community run event. Good culture with the group. And that was Run Dungog 20K, finished in fifth spot. I was about 9 minutes from first, and I think Craig beat me by about 4 minutes or so. So it's a really, really good Sunday, good long run Sunday. And as soon as we went to the Tin Shed Brewery for lunch, and then after I drove back, I got Nicole I stopped at the corner of near Lambton Park and got Nicole to drive home, and I went for I just wanted to shake out the legs, obviously wanting to start to build back a few little Ks, and just to shake the legs out from having a bit of a solid run. Did 5.5K just around Lambton, 5:10 pace, and when I did jump out of the car, I went to run, and my leg just collapsed and gave way under me, right where I'd strained the muscle, where the knee and the shin. And so it took me probably a minute or so while I walked around just to get it, after obviously sitting down in the car for over an hour as well. Just walked around for a little bit and got the blood flowing back into it and started running, and then it was fine. I think I've just slightly strained the muscle. But yes, just jogged around Lambton Park for 5.5K, and 5:10 pace. Just was wearing the old Salomon Aeroglide Max, so nice cushion shoe. The geometry is pretty much the same as the Nova Blast and the Super Blast, so the same sort of geometry in that shoe is in the Aeroglide, because I'm pretty sure the guy from ASICS, when he was contracted for Salomon, helped them design some of their running range, so the geometry to the ASICS is very similar, so for that version anyway. But so just 28 minutes, 5:10 pace, cruising around, and then before heading back to the pub, to watch the women's marathon. But that was the end of my week, so 121 Ks, just shy of 2,000 metres climbing, 12 hours. Yeah, pretty consistent, solid, and I'll see how my leg feels later, and I'll build back in today and probably aim for an extra. I'll probably sort of build the longer runs up a little bit over on Friday and Sunday, providing I can get the day. I sort of have to get up nice and early on the Friday to be able to at least get 30k in. So hopefully I can get up and I'll be able to get those Ks in. But yeah, that was the week on that for last week. But this week, so we've got SNL. The strength session. Now this is going to be a session we haven't done in a little while, but just sort of it's more of a tendon loading session. The Tuesday session for Lambton and Maitland will be 1k, 400, 400, 1k, and 2 rounds of that. So basically the 1k is 5k pace, the 400 meters 3k pace. You'll have 60 seconds recovery between each, and we repeat it twice. But yeah, it'll be pure run on the Wednesday afternoon, and the other strength session in the morning is more focused on around the glutes. Thursday session is 3k tempo, and it'll be 2 3k tempos just along around the Burwood Trail. So it has a nice undulating, nice downhill start into some single track, and then you've got a big climb to do, and then a nice single track to finish it off. So yeah, nice solid 3k. It'll be 2 reps, and then for me on a Friday I'm going to be looking at doing another Sugarloaf loop, but hopefully involving a little bit more road and sort of hit around that sort of 30k mark. But again, I'll see how my leg feels through the week, and hopefully I'm able to sort of run properly and not alter my gait or alter my running by overloading anything. So we'll see how that goes. And then I think everyone's on a Saturday is just doing a bit of a temp, just more of an aerobic run, but just sort of just starting off slow and building it up and dropping 10 seconds per K, but nothing too strenuous on the Saturday. And the Sunday long run is going to be a bit of a workout, but it's going to be a little bit flatter, but more so we've got people training for Sydney Marathon, and there's a lot of trail races coming up as well. But for those that might be running Lake Mac or Sydney Marathon, and also so it's going to be on Sugarloaf, but it'll be on a sort of flatter section, and it's 3 3k reps with 3 1k reps. So the set's in your Training Peaks anyway, but it'll be out at Sugarloaf on a flatter sort of fire trail section. There's a little bit of a climb in it, but it'll be 3k and 1k reps. So looking forward to that session on Sunday. We have Lake Mac the week after as well, so there is a lot that have already registered for the event, but there's also those that are pacing as well. So I'll share through more details for that as we get to it. But yeah, that's the week that was and the week that's coming up. I just want to also welcome a new athlete, Jason Schumacher, as well. So Jason Schumacher has joined the group. He'll be looking at probably attending a strength session and probably the long runs on the weekend. He's building into Bondi to Manly in October, so the 80k from starting at Bondi Beach, finishing it at Manly. So looking forward to getting into that build. He also just had the Jabalani 45k, which I'll go through soon as well. Also would have shared the Strava segment onto socials as well, so look out for that. You'll get able to see the route, and you can sort of see the segment and stuff like that as well. So let's go through some race results. So we had the Jabalani Challenge on the Saturday, and we had Adina Wheeler with 4 hours and 14 minutes for the 22k, and we had Jess, formerly known as Bennett, now Wrigley, 4:14:22, and congratulations to Jess and Liam, who got married on Friday. I do apologise, I completely wigged out on the dates and thought it was the following week. I didn't really think didn't realise you were getting married the day before Jabalani, but congratulations, Jess, and I hope it was a beautiful day. Saw the photos, looked amazing, and congratulations. And we also had Sarah Jeffries with 3 hours and 47 minutes for the 22k. She ran it with a sister, and Daryl Tonks 5:29:22. And speaking to him yesterday, he's 4 or 5 times done, and he said he doesn't need to go back. I found that first 5K brutal. It is quite rocky. So, and obviously I think a lot of the rain that they've had in the past couple of months has obviously changed the course a little bit as well. But Daryl, well done. 5:29, 22K, you got it done. But yes, you don't need to go back. Find another event to do. Come to Dungog. And Jason Schumacher, who ran 5 hours and 45 minutes for the 45K. So congratulations, mate. Well done. Over to the other side of Sydney, we had the City to Surf. And Mark Holt with 61 minutes flat, and Mel Ralph 61 minutes flat. Says she has to go back next year to crack that 60, but still got a PB, so well done, Mel. Awesome result, and I'm sure Mark, hopefully Mark wasn't giving you K splits and times and annoying you and keeping it a bit quiet. Maybe he was singing. I think he does that as well, but well done to you both. And Brett Brancroft with 57 minutes and 32 seconds off not much training, been too busy with his house renovating and organising everything. He was able to pull that out. I think it was two minutes faster than last year, which was basically after having his knee operated on. So to get 2 minutes faster on not much training, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't too far off that we ran. I can't even remember what we ran. I think we must have run 54 or 55. Might have been 55. 3 years ago. So, Brett, well done, mate. Congratulations. And yeah, hope you pulled up well today. Run Dungog. Okay, so for the 5K, we had Noah Smith running 25 minutes and 55 seconds, finishing second, not far from first, but he took a wrong turn, so was unlucky and probably could have got first. But well done, mate. Working hard. Good to see. And for the 10K, so we had Janelle Paramenta with 1 hour and 26 minutes and 3 seconds. Elise Troyer with 1 hour and 13 minutes and 53 seconds and was actually 12th in her age group. Deb Alterator with 1 hour and 16 minutes and 3 seconds, followed closely and together. Linda Minter with the same time, 1 hour, 16 minutes and 3 seconds. And Insta Story, who was running with Charlie with 1 hour, 44 minutes and 5 seconds, who devoured a sausage from the Rotary, which I'm talking about Charlie, not at Nissa. And Pete Story with 1 hour and 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Unfortunately, it was about a K into the race and had a bit of a tumble and took a lot of blood off. Came in from lap 1 and called it a day to get some medical attention, and they put him into the 10K, and still solid time for that lap, even with the fall, and he got corked pretty bad in the quad. So I hope his quad isn't too sore, because Anissa and Pete left this morning for Queenstown for another skiing adventure. And we had Kate doing with who also just did the one lap, 1 hour 26 minutes and 44 seconds. Still had been off all of last week, sick and not quite ready to race. So just calling it at one lap. We had Alex with 1 hour and 8 minutes and 20 seconds, finishing 8th in her age group, considering that she rocked up thinking it was just our normal Sunday long run, not realising it was a race, and registered last minute and got cracking into the race. So good, just show of your temperament and your character by just being thrown into a race in the last minute and not hesitating and just getting out there and entering and getting it done. So well done, Alex. Solid run. We had Nicole Smith with 1 hour and 24 minutes and 27 seconds. Alicia Jones, 1 hour and 24 minutes and 41 seconds. They basically did the run together, except the competitiveness of Nicole, true to her style of what she did to me in that race last year when I was running with her. She kicked it down in the last 200 metres and broke away to finish ahead. So it looks like she did the same to Alicia yesterday. Fiona Adams with 1 hour 54 minutes and 53 seconds said she took a couple of wrong turns, but but she got it done and stayed on track. I think there was a lot of people that sort of took a wrong turn, so nothing to worry about. Also had Ruby Adams as well, who did not a solid time with 1 hour, 20 minutes and 34 seconds. And we had Stephen Davies, Deb's partner, with 1 hour and 27 minutes and 57 seconds. Now, I did miss one result, unfortunately. I haven't written it down, but it was Caleb. I've already chucked the piece of paper out. So I did. Caleb also ran the 10K, and he was second overall, only 2 seconds behind first. He also took a wrong turn, came back out and around, but couldn't quite get back into first place again. So unlucky to Caleb, but as Dan, the race director, said yesterday, when he did talk to Caleb about it, Caleb just took it on the chin and said that's racing. So great work, Caleb, and unlucky to not get the win, but another solid run by you, and well done. But I'll have to have a look at what time it was. I didn't write it down on this sheet for some reason. On to the 20K. We had, Craig Story. We're now 35 minutes, 55 seconds in fourth place, who, as I said, had taken a wrong turn with Geordie, who got third. So they were watching them ahead. Craig would push past Geordie on the downhills, and Geordie would overtake Craig on the uphills. So it was interesting to watch them ahead of me. Terry had a solid run with 2 hours and 6 minutes, finishing 11th overall. And Heather Duffy with 3 hours and 4 minutes and 36 as she flies out at the end on Thursday. I think she flies over to Europe. So just getting 20K done, staying on her feet, and ticking a box. For myself was 1 hour, 39 minutes and 28 seconds for fifth. And we had Victoria. So Tori ran 1 hour and 48 minutes and 38 seconds and was first female across the line, so taking the win. So well done, Tori. Congratulations. But it was a great course, very challenging. Lot of rocks, very technical. Sort of you couldn't take your eye off the course at all. You were either going up or down, or you were twisting and turning, dodging rocks or trees. So it was they've done a really good job marking out that course for the 10K. So the only I think everybody I spoke to that went wrong on the same corner. It was just the fire trail follows around, but there's a sign that you just turn off, but you don't actually turn onto a track, you just turn onto the grass. So I think that's what confused a lot of people, because there were just with the trail, there was no actual trail that you turned off on. So I think the only thing I would say for next year is to maybe have signs that on that trail with a cross on it to say, so they don't go on it and they actually turn off the trail onto the grass. So that, but otherwise it was pretty well marked, and good run. But do recommend it if you want a bit of a challenge. Head out to Dungog and get onto the trails, and stop for lunch in the town. It's not a big town. It's but very friendly and lovely people about. So run Dungog. Done for another year. Stay tuned for the Dungog honeymoon. So Dungog honeymoon. Obviously Nicole and I get married on the 10th of October, and I'll be organising a little training camp honeymoon at the end of October. So stay tuned for more results with that. But we'll be doing a couple of runs out in that sort of area. So around there is a climb that I'm trying to find and work out that's not far from Dungog, and also we'll probably go to Barrington and that as well. So stay tuned for that. But we've got Lake Mac coming up on the 25th. There's UTMB starting off on the 26th. We've got the Hounslow Classic at the beginning of September, into the Sydney Marathon, October Lonely Mountain Ultra, Coast to Cozzy, and Ultra Trail Kosciuszko. So next week I'll go through the athletes' interviews for the Run Dungog Jabalani. But Coach's Corner and talking about supplements. So supplements for runners. So obviously there's ultra runners, they're sort of a little bit of a unique in their nutritional demands, just basically due to the prolonged, difference in intensity, but also the volume of the training, time on your feet, wearing of your system, and it's obviously just balancing out your diet there's certain supplements that can help you with your performance in more so just been overall health and recovery. But I've just jotted down a list of different products that I use as well or have used. But I have been using Pillar Performance, and I haven't been using Pillar Performance for probably the last sort of probably 4 months. Just lazy and not buying them, and not spending the money on restocking up. I do regularly take some other supplements which I'll go through, but I have restocked with my Pillar Performance. I find it just generally it covers all the bases. So there's the immune defense, which obviously for your zinc, vitamin C, vitamin A, so it's a good balance of vitamins for your immune system. So you can obviously when you are training, and especially getting in a lot of intensity and volume, your system's running low, you're more prone to getting sick. So I find using this just helps you stay a little bit healthy and avoid getting sick. Also have the vitamin B, which is like a high dose of vitamin B, obviously to help you support energy levels, so to help you increase your energy. So they're vitamin B as well, and also their magnesium. So their magnesium has a blend of different magnesiums as well, but the three main, that's why it's called triple magnesium. It covers the three main magnesium supplements that you need to basically increase your blood flow, help recovery, muscles relax, that sort of stuff as well, which I'll cover off in a little bit of details. But I do use those three Pillar Performance. They're just support specific needs. They're designed by athletes for athletes as well. So, and on that particular high, engaged in that the high endurance like ultra running. So they're the reasons why. Some of the reasons also, it is evidence based. It's got the optimal dosages in those key nutrients to support. It is a high quality ingredients as well. It is backed on support from nutritions in a wide range. Essential nutritions. It's tailored for athletes. It is endurance focused. It is tested third party as well. So transparency like between labs. There is obviously the endorsements for a lot of different athletes. Kipchoge is now using Pillar Performance. A lot of key athletes are using the product as well. That's one of the main reasons why I use that. But some other products that do benefit, so electrolytes, making sure you're fueling with your electrolytes before, during, and after as well. Like even after doing that run on Sunday, after run Dungog, I felt really, really low. And I was feeling a little bit flat, and as soon as I got home, I just had a hydration tablet to rehydrate me and just get my balance feeling a little bit better as well. So so it's key, obviously for hydration, keeping your energy levels. Also, just if you deplete your system and you run your system down, then you're slowing down your recovery as well. So that's why nutrition is so important, and that's why getting your micronutrients in as well, just to make sure that you recover better. But there's recovery and support. So there is protein supplements. So having like protein powders, why I use the Tailwind Recovery to get to. So I make sure as soon as I have a long run or a race, I drink that straight after. I always to get my protein in the morning. I always because I'm always training in the morning as well. I always throw it in my oats. So when I make my bowl of rolled oats with nuts and seeds, I always throw in a scoop of the protein recovery obviously gives the oats a good flavour, but it also gives me a bit of protein as well. You can use BCAAs, so BCAA supplements as well. They reduce muscle soreness and promote faster recovery. So you can throw a little scoop of that in and have that in your morning or your afternoon as well. That will just help replenish breakdowns of muscles, your muscle fibers that you tear. there is joint and bone health. So you can take like collagen as well. I have in the past taken collagen, calcium, magnesium. So they're all essential for bone strength and muscle function. So that's why the triple magnesium. I also take. I do have. I can't remember what it's from Hammer Nutrition. It's a joint recovery. So I do take. You basically take one to two of those a day, and that just basically covers off your collagen, your calcium, and your magnesium as well. So just to look after your joint and bone health. The immune support. So for your immune support is like what I use for the Pillar Immune, but it's basically covered vitamin C and zinc. So they're basically the products that will boost your immune system. Antioxidants as well. So if you're taking like blueberries, kiwi fruit, they're your sort of super fruits that have antioxidants. But obviously there is red wine as well have antioxidants. But different antioxidants as well if you're looking for supplementation. Like for performance enhancing, basically you're looking at like caffeine or beta-alanine, which obviously they delay muscle fatigue and improve endurance. Caffeine is obviously for mental alertness and reduce perceived exertion during long runs. Hence why when you have your tailwind that's caffeinated or your gels that are caffeinated, you've got to be careful with beta-alanine as well, just in some products that may be used for at the gym or weight training or etc. You've got to check and make sure that it's illegal as well, because there are a lot of those sort of products that have beta-alanine in it that can be may not be tested or tried in a lab that may not fit in. So be careful of that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, it's those sort of. Those categories and those vitamins and those minerals are the key products that I use, and they're all that cover the main basis, and that's why I use that Pillar Performance, because it covers all that as well. And just to add in that extra, I do use the for joint and bone health, I use the Hammer product as well. But again, just closing off, so I mean electrolytes, carbohydrate supplements, protein, BCAAs, your omega-3 fatty acids. So then again, if you're taking fish oils or you're taking or you're having salmon and stuff like that, just getting your omega-3s, nuts and seeds, getting that as well. So that's why I take some like walnuts and almonds and sunflower seeds and that sort of stuff as well. And your vitamin D for your immune function and your bone health. Magnesium, so again supporting your function, reducing cramps, help increase your blood circulation through your muscles. Iron is another one, especially a lot of females. So if you do suffer from low iron, or if you are training in high altitude, you will need to take an iron supplement as well. That's why I did speak to Ben and Heather going over to Europe when you are training in a little bit of altitude, taking iron just to basically help your just help and repair, especially if you're endurance, because you are it's lower oxygen, so you're working harder, so there's more strain on the system, more strain on the body, less oxygen, so you need to have a little bit more energy as well, so vitamin B and iron. But yeah, don't need to, I've already spoke about caffeine. You can use probiotics if you've got a bit of gut health issues as well. Probiotics can be good. So just for if you're finding that you're eating a lot of gels and a lot of crap, and you want to sort of clean out your gut, you can get some probiotics just to help improve your digestion and your gut health. Antioxidants I spoke about. Collagen. But yeah, there's all different ways. Hey mate. Hey. All right, and so they're the sort of main sort of supplements that you can use, especially for runners. Obviously, if you're trying to build muscle, bulk up, and that sort of stuff, there's it's completely completely different. But again, that's why I do use Pillar, because it's just, if I use those 3 products, it sort of covers the basis and covers everything. Plus, I eat healthy as well. So, I mean, all the supplements is on your diet and what you're eating, making sure you're getting lots of veggies in, protein in. Like, you want to at least have 100 to 150 grams of protein, at least for lunch and dinner, which is about 30 grams. So if you look at 100 grams is about, or 100, 150 grams is about, like if you look at a chicken breast, it's about the palm of your hand. But yeah, making sure you are getting enough carbohydrates in as well, but eating more whole grain foods or less processed foods. You want to, because that'll just help your metabolism fire, so you're burning energy, becoming more energy efficient as well. So yeah, there is a whole different balance, and it's a bit of a nutrition is a big topic to talk about, and could talk and go down many different avenues about it. But if you look at that as a whole, what's going to help your body recover from all the training and benefit from those sort of supplements, that's the list. So hope that does help. Don't want to ramble on for too long about that, but yeah, that's your main sort of purposes of electrolytes, carbohydrates, getting in enough protein. You're looking at your bone and joint health, magnesium for help you sleeping better as well, that sort of stuff. All right, well, I'm going to close off the episode, and we're just going to go through QS with Ben and just going to discuss a little bit of the Olympics. The Olympics is obviously just finished. So, finishing off yesterday with the women's marathon and the girls, 13th and 24th, Jess Stenson having and Genevieve Gregson up in front, leading the race at halfway. Good to see them have a crack and have a go and do themselves proud, and definitely both proved their spot on the women's Olympic marathon team with the 13th and 24th place. And it was awesome. Poor Sinead Diver. Obviously, a lot of people seeing her pull out after 1.2 Ks into the race, 4 minutes in, and she was on the side. They said she did have some plantar issues going into the block, but nothing that was going to prevent her from being competitive and racing the marathon as well. So they're saying it was a bilateral quad cramp that she suffered from. Apparently, there was a comment that she had an issue warming up during her warm up, and then obviously when she hit the start line, it was severe cramp. So more details will come up from it. But yeah, she was unfortunately for Diver having to wait 4 years and experience that for 4 minutes into the race. But I think the women's was a lot more entertaining than the men's, but seeing all 4 of them dueling it out right to the end, and Hassan taking the gold, being first time since Zadapek in 1952 or something like that, when he ran the 5K, the 10K and the marathon. And an extraordinary 3 medals in the Olympics, bronze in the 5, bronze in the 10, and gold in the marathon. And Asafa giving a bit of a shoulder charge coming through in the last couple 100 metres, still didn't stop up. But yeah, it was an awesome finish and very entertaining to see. So thanks to those that made it out to Lambton Park yesterday. It was really good to watch and celebrate. Men's marathon, the boys did well, 24th, 45th and 49th place. So Andy Buchanan getting a call up a week and a half out from the marathon and finishing 45th place with Liam Adams finishing just a minute behind him in 49th spot. So they ran 2:12 and 2:13, and Pat Teenan ran 2:10, finishing 24th. So awesome run by him. On a marathon, men's marathon, that was a course record as well. So it wasn't that slow for the men. They're still running. The winner did it in Tola. Tola took it out from, I think, probably 25, 30K after the last hill and took off and won it quite comfortably. Didn't had about an 18 to 20 second lead for the last sort of 15K. 2:06. And then previously that earlier on the Saturday we had hole for silver, running 3:51. Not first women to Aussie female to take a medal in the 1500. But what a run by Hull, and definitely was the athlete of the Olympics that we're all looking out for and watching. So Hull had an amazing run, and it was really good to see her hold off for second place. Jakob got his gold as well, quite comfortably in the men's 5K. So it was a pretty slow sort of start, and it wasn't until the last 2K where they kicked it up a little bit, and they did kick it up quite fast. But I think Terry was saying in an interview that Jakob said he didn't feel like he even worked hard. So obviously you would have thought they may have made it a little bit faster, knowing that Jakob's so quick and can turn it on even in the last sort of 5K to 1500 meters. So was quite surprised that they let it go so slow and didn't try and string it out a little bit and take the legs out from him, but quite comfortably with the gold. The men's 10K was another highlight. The top 9 runners were under the previous Olympic record, so it was a very, very fast 10K for the men's. And just watching Peyton Craig in the 800 meters as well. So watch out for him in the next Olympics. He's only 19 and was a semi-finalist in the 800 with a PB on the fastest semi-final. With if he had have run 1:44.1 in any of the other semi-finals, he would have been through. He finished 6th in the finished 6th in the semi-final where the top 4 go through. So only narrowly missed, and thought he may have been able to kick down at the end, but the heat was won in like 41 seconds. So a fast heat, unfortunately, to be in. Rose Davies, fastest Aussie in the Olympic 5K, running 14:49. Not far off her PB, but it was an awesome run by Rose Davies, and she was in the mix for most of the race as well. The men's 1500 metres, so disappointing for the Aussie boys. They struggled through the heats and the semis. But in saying that, like, you have the Ingebrigtsen and the Kerrs everyone was talking about, and then everybody else in the world is like the next best. You could have out of probably the 22 athletes or etc. You could have picked any of them to be up there competing for the medals as well. And unfortunately, just the Stewie, Ollie, and I've just gone blank. With the other guy. Anyway, just unfortunately, they didn't turn up on the day, and unfortunately didn't run to their capabilities and their best. But it's the world's best competing. So what more can you do? So hope they recover well and kick off and get ready for the next Olympics. But even Kerr couldn't even get the win. Kerr finishing with a silver. Jakob trying to string it out and probably burnt himself out on the 3rd lap and finished 4th, with Hocker and Nagoose taking silver and bronze. And I think it was another 20 metres. Nagoose maybe even won the race. The pace he was finished closing in at. And the other highlight, if anyone watched the sprint, the 100 metres, so the 100 metre final was anyone's, only margins that split that win and gave Noah Lyles the win. And watching the relays, the 4x1 relays, seeing the South Africans take silver, and didn't realise this until it was shared by Jason the other week. But Sibani, who actually was the 4th lead in the 4x1, getting his silver medal, finally getting a medal after the last 3 Olympic Games. He's finished 4th, and every World Championship he's either finished 4th or 5th in the last 12 years. So to finally get a silver medal for all his years of running and hard work, just a good story to see that he got his medal. For the Dutch girls, Femke Boyle in the mixed 4x4, her kick down for gold was amazing. Unfortunately, she couldn't quite do it for her individual 400 metre hurdle. Still managed the bronze, but I think she just looked tired, didn't quite have the kick down and the American got the gold. But overall for the Aussies, finishing fourth in the Olympics in the medal tally with 18 goals, we finished ahead of France, finished ahead of way ahead of Great Britain as well. So for us to finish fourth in the medal tally is amazing, especially if you look at population per capita, etc. as well. So we definitely overachieved by far. So the Aussie swimmers, they were very strong in the pool. Good to see after a couple of previous Olympics where they sort of went missing in the finals. They've actually pulled it together and had some really good results. Fox getting another double in the gold, the canoe. Field athletes doing very well with high jump, javelin and discus taking medals. Some little highlights, Noah Lyles, he blames COVID after missing the 200 metre final, and 3 days later posts he's now COVID free, even though he still got the bronze in the 200 metres, but I suppose that's just his character. If you're watching the gymnastics, Bile took 3 golds and a silver. Drama with all the DSD athletes for the boxing, and the Algerian, she got the gold medal, so that obviously was a big talking point. And yeah, just interesting where we'll see what that happens with the OIC and the Boxing Federation. The OIC basically saying the boxing governing body is corrupt, and the countries need to sit down and elect a new committee and a new governing body before the boxing is going to be allowed into the Olympics in the future. The OIC all calling for equality and letting everybody being able to compete in the Olympics as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that all unfolds later. Ray gun, shooting for the stars. So her cultured routine, which took the world by storm, and I think she may have stole that from my nephew when he was 5, jumping around listening to Run DMC, or maybe the Wiggles. But well, fair play. She had a go and had a crack, and be interesting to see how who else we may have had as far as a female breakdancer. But I was watching the men's breakdancing, and the Aussie guy was really good. So just quite interesting on what she's elected and selected. I know she's copped a caning on social media, but I suppose if you do that sort of thing, you're sort of asking for a little, maybe it was taken in the wrong context, I don't know. But anyway, but overall, really good Olympics. What are we going to do now to watch to keep us entertained? The Premier League starts in a week, but yeah, congratulations to all the Aussies, and thanks for all the entertainment. But guys, that's a wrap for this week's episode. So I am on the closeout song will be Blind Melon, back from the 90s, No Rain. So enjoy Blind Melon, No Rain when you do jump onto the playlist. And that's but guys, thanks for joining me for another episode of Beve with Ben. Remember, stroke no limits coaching, stick to the 3 mantras of desire, determination and discipline.